little party animals. Hiphiprenee here today with a brand new speed build for you, and today we are back in San Myshuno. I know, everybody is still on the Discover University kick, and everybody has been building in Brightchester, which is something that I am absolutely going to be doing. But with the new roommates feature, I really wanted to create just a gross, yucky apartment for some young roommates. So you could use this apartment, you know, whether they are still in university, maybe they just graduated from university, maybe you have like a weird conspiracy theory kind of sim who just kind of, you know, sits and lives in squalor all the time. Whatever your reasoning for wanting this gross, disgusting, rundown looking apartment is, it is here for you, and I am here for it, to be entirely honest. I really enjoy building just like gross apartments. I don't know. I feel like The Sims has a lot of really good items that are just, you know, kind of cluttery. It almost looks like there's just trash laying on the floor. Like there's a lot of really good items from a lot of different packs too. I mean, mostly Strangerville. Strangerville gave us a lot of that kind of stuff. But even University gave us some really good like paper clutter that I've really been enjoying using, and I definitely wanted to build something that you could utilize the new roommate system with. I have been playing my, you know, kind of university tester sim. She finally graduated from university. They have moved into a small, kind of, you know, very sparsely furnished house at this point, and she has taken on 2 roommates, and I just think the system is really cool. It's a nice way to get some extra money. They don't really seem to bother my Sims that are, you know, the household Sims, the one that I'm playing with. They don't really seem to bother them very often, but it's also really nice because I have a hard time letting my Sims leave the house. I'm like, no, you have too many things to do. You have to do skill building. You have to get ready for work. You have to do this. You have to do that. And I don't ever really take them out, so they don't really socialize very often, especially if I have like a single Sim living somewhere. So having a roommate is also like having a built-in friend as well, which is kind of how it is most of the time in real life. I have had a bad roommate. But I've also had some really great roommates. And I really enjoyed the fact that living with my friend, living with a roommate was, you know, a nice way for me to be able to get some socialization in myself as a human being. And I didn't actually have to leave my house to be able to socialize with a friend. So that was the idea behind this entire apartment. Of course, I remodeled the entire thing. This is nowhere near what this apartment looked like beforehand. I believe this is one of the Culpeper apartments, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it is an empty apartment when you first move into San Myshuno. But of course, I do have MC Command Center, so you know, I have different Sims moving in all sorts of different places all of the time. So I did end up kicking a Sim out of this lot to build on it. I didn't want him living here anymore. So he was evicted by his slumlord because, again, that is the apartment that we're building, is a slumlord apartment. But I thought that this apartment turned out pretty darn cute. I am pretty happy with it. So obviously you come in, you walk right into the kitchen, which is, you know, just kind of filthy and disgusting. They have, you know, this bookshelf that's sitting on these concrete, you know, pallet kind of things. There's trash all around the trash can that didn't actually make it in the trash can. All of their furniture is kind of mix and match a little bit all over the place, specifically this dining room. With the exception of those 2 pink chairs, the other 2 are both different colors. I really wanted to make it seem like, you know, maybe this apartment was already furnished, or at least the main living spaces were furnished by the landlord. And you just kind of moved in and like whatever's there is there. And the landlord really likes dumpster diving. So all of your furniture is just kind of like gross and stained, and you're not really sure where that smell is coming from. And the walls are a little bit dirty. It's not really the best place for you to be living, but when you first move out of university, of course, especially in The Sims, you're probably out of money at that point. when my university sim went to university, I didn't cheat any money for her, and I didn't cheat any money away from her. So she did start off with that 20,000 simoleons. She moved in between paying her tuition for, I think it was 5 semesters or 5 terms that she ended up going for, paying for her books, her bicycle, her laptop, food if she didn't end up making it to the student center on time, all of those different things. She ended up with less than half of that money by the time she was finished at university. So to find a place for her to actually be able to move into is pretty hard. Now, this place, I used a lot of money. I wasn't being, very, picky about what I was putting in here. I definitely could have made it a little bit more sparsely decorated. So your Sims just moving out probably can't afford this apartment, to be entirely honest. But I was going more for the idea behind, you move into this place and it's just kind of gross. So now we're moving into these 2 bedrooms. I did do 2 separate bedrooms. One of them is, definitely a little bit more disgusting than the other. So I kind of made that one, maybe that person that's living in that particular room is a little less clean and a little bit more okay with the current living situation than the other roommate is. And then the other roommate does have, a little bit of nicer, kind of newer furniture. It doesn't look quite as bad. So I'm thinking this person might be a little bit more established in their job. Maybe they've been out of university for a while. They have a job. They're trying to work their way up the ranks. They just can't quite save enough money to afford their own place yet. So they're hoping that by living in this absolutely disgusting place that they can save some money so that they can finally move out on their own into a nicer house or a nicer apartment. But, they at least keep their room nice and clean and kind of put together, and definitely nicer than the other room that we saw. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. If you're new here or you're not new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell so you get notifications every single time I post a new video. I will be back on Wednesday with a build off where we are doing Thanksgiving family style builds. So I hope you guys tune into that. And if you don't, then I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving or a great week wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.